All right. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Wits Wednesday. So, I know this is a premature announcement, but this is actually the last installment of the series itself. Ano? So, this is the last episode of Wits Wednesday and the last episode ng ating uh, Becoming the Ideal Engineer series. So, I am completing this series prematurely because I want to use the latter half of the summer for myself. Ano? So, ayun. And I don't think I can really commit much further to a daily commitment such as this, since it's actually hard to think of content on the go and make a video out of it and then post it. No, but still, it was an impressive around 4 weeks. No, it was an impressive 4 weeks, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. No, but I'll save that for the end later. So first, let's actually do what we're supposed to do, and we're gonna discuss engineering fallacies. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin. Okay, so first, again, you may have encountered fallacies already in your mathematics classes or your philosophy classes or related social studies. So fallacies are flawed reasoning patterns that may sound logical at first but lead to incorrect conclusions. No? They can sneak into our thinking, arguments, or decisions, especially under pressure or when data is limited. No? So ayun, uh, it disguises itself as a logical solution, but in the end result is an incorrect solution or conclusion. No? So in the context of engineering, so mahalaga rin na ma-identify natin yung mga fallacies in engineering, no? For us to be more efficient and solve problems uh, using less effort. No? So fallacies can cause bad design decisions, inefficient troubleshooting, or miscommunication within teams, even if the math or data is correct. No? So still, even if you have the best resources, you still have to manage them properly. No? So, ayun, I have some examples of fallacies here that we will discuss, and let's get right into them. So first, we have the sunk cost fallacy. So it is basically continuing an endeavor because of past investments such as time, money, and effort rather than current or future value. So, ayun nga, this is like a matter of pride for some engineers since they want to see the project that they started done, even though na hindi na siya ganun kaganda, or like it's not really, the end result is not really that good, no? So, an example, a team continues developing a flawed prototype because they've already spent 3 months on it, even though redesigning would be more effective. So, yun nga, sometimes you have to just go back to the drawing board and start over instead of continuing something that would eventually uh, be bad for the whole process itself. No, so if you have thought about yung planning mo until the end, then that wouldn't happen. But still, there are other factors that you have to consider. And ayun, uh, just because you have invested many resources to that project doesn't mean that the outcome would be good. No, so it's a harsh truth, but ayun, it's something that engineers should be able to consider and accept for them to conserve their resources. No. So this is actually common in the field, and if you do encounter this, you should try to discuss with the team, no, on how you should amend yung ganitong types ng fallacies or just problems in themselves, no. So ayun, this is our first fallacy. Now let's move on to the appeal to tradition. So, yeah, it's a common fallacy, but still it applies in engineering. So, it is arguing that a method or design is best simply because it's been used historically. So, an example is that cast iron is always used in a firm's engine blocks, so there's no need to explore aluminum alloys. So, again, this is actually uh, common fallacy din, since ayun nga, uh, companies have a tradition of keeping the norm, no? But the job of engineers is to innovate. So instead of, let's say, simply using cast iron, no. So it's possible that instead of cast iron, you need to look into more cheaper solutions such as iron composites, or even other alloys that would serve as an equal to cast iron, but should be less expensive. No. So that's how engineers should think, not just because they're bound by tradition, but it's simply their job to think of better ways to construct things. No. So ayun, uh, this is ayun nga, again, a common fallacy, but we have to sometimes break tradition. No. So ayun, even though it could work, no. So even though you can sometimes follow your tradition, but it's still the goal for us to make things more efficient. No. So ayun, that is the appeal to tradition fallacy. Moving on, we have the false dilemma, or yung ating black and white thinking, or it is also commonly known as yung ating false dichotomy. So it is presenting only two options when many exist. Okay? So for an example, we either automate the entire process or keep everything manual. So in nga, as we can see, this fallacy is also called the either or fallacy. No, the either or fallacy, since there's an either and there's an or. No. So in nga, there's the thinking here is that there's only two choices, but in reality, ayun nga, many exist. So in the context of this example, you can make a hybrid. No. So the process could uh, not be fully automated or not be fully manual. So there are some machines, no, that have automated systems, but yung ibang components nila is manual. So that's one way to think about that. No. So ayun, we should be open to more options, no? So we should not limit ourselves to just two options in the context of uh design, or the process in prototyping or projects in that matter. No. So ayun, uh uh to amend this, teams should be communicating with each other para hindi natin para maiwasan natin yung ganitong cases that, yun nga, false dichotomy. And ayun, as it is the same with the previous one, that we should not limit ourselves to just uh keeping the norm, but innovating solutions, no. So ayun, that is yung ating false dilemma. And moving on, we have the post hoc ergo propter hoc, or the false cause fallacy. So ayun nga, ang definition nito is that it is basically assuming that A, because B followed A, no, A must have caused B. So for an example, the CNC machine stopped working during the storm, lightning damaged it. So, and in this context, it could be a valid argument, but still, it is a fallacy in the case that there are other factors that might have caused it. Since, ayun nga, correlation does not mean causation. So there could be other factors such as mechanical wear, no, or there could be poor maintenance even before the storm. It just so happens that during the storm it broke down, no. So ayun nga, it's a probable cause that lightning could have damaged it, but you have to open your mind, into other factors that could have uh, stopped yung ating CNC machine from working, no. So again, this is just one example, but there are actually many in the field, no, na nagkakaroon ng false causation. And ayun, uh, yeah, I think ito yung ating sa uh, false cause. So it's that simple, no. So, ayan, you just have to consider other factors in this case. Okay? And next, we have circular reasoning. No. So, ayun, yung actually in circular reasoning, it's the most common, I think. This is the most common one. So, it's basically using the conclusion as part of the argument where no real proof is offered. So, tingnan natin sa example. Let's say we are trying to pitch uh, a design or a prototype to someone. Ano? So, we say that this is the best design because it's better than the others. So, yun yung argument natin. But, ayun nga, we should be able to prove that it is better than the others. So, yun lang. Using the conclusion, ano? Ang conclusion natin is that yung ating design is better. No? But, to prove that it's better than others, you have to show data. You have to show statistics. You have to show its performance. No? Para mapakita natin, no, that it is actually better than the others. So, ayun nga, if you use your conclusion as the argument or as the main argument, then it is not really going to be that credible and hindi siya parang, ayun, hindi siya gaano interesting in that sense because, ayun, again, this is an example of circular reasoning as well. Yan. And yeah, I think there are more examples of this, no? Since when we were doing our pitching projects back in like the first year of uh engineering. So we were asked to do like to pitch projects to viewers, no, or to other students. Uh most of the time or the most common case is ito yung argument namin, no. So because it's better than the others. So looking back, it was actually not that good of an argument to use since we have to show yung real performance ng machine or ng prototype rather than directly comparing it and saying that it's better than the others, no. So ayun, you have to avoid this type of reasoning when you are in the field, ano. So ayun, yeah, this I just remembered something from this. And ayun, all right, moving on sa last natin, ano. So I think this would be the last one, yung ating hasty generalization or overgeneralization. So it is drawing broad conclusions from a small or isolated data point, no? So for the example, our one 3D printed part failed last semester. 3D printing is unreliable. So ang nangyari dito is nag-overgeneralize ah yung person na porket nag-fail yung isang 3D printed part nila, then all of 3D printing is bad. So, ayun, you should not base uh, something just on one anecdote or just one uh, person or just one source. So, you have to look upon how 3D printing is successful as a whole, no? So if you're trying to use 3D printing again, then you might consider other factors such as kung saan nagpa-print or yung device, the machine, the resources you have, no? So there are those things that you have to consider, and that is vital in being an engineer. Okay? So ayun, I think that would be it for Wits Wednesday and for the series itself, no? And let's end this with a quote. No. So almost all those caught making a logical fallacy interpret it as a disagreement. And this is actually an example of a fallacy, but that's another idea for another day. No. And this is a quote by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. Okay? And ayun lang, that would be it for this video. And as I have said, this is the last video of the series. Ano? So each segment had 4 episodes, and I guess it would be nice since that is almost a month of working on this project. And ayun, in the end, I don't know if it would actually help someone in becoming the ideal engineer, but again, I just did it for myself, since I wanted to do something this summer. And I don't know if it was fulfilling, but it's something that I will look back to. No. So, ayun lang. Uh, in the future, I don't know if I can continue making content. Maybe if the school starts and we become busy, maybe the content will be stagnant. No. But for now, I'd like to focus on myself first. No, since uh, this is the last stretch of the vacation and I at least want to have some time to unwind. No. So, ayun lang. That's all for my rant. And again, I hope you have enjoyed the series as much as I do. No. And ayun lang. Thank you guys. And I won't see you guys tomorrow for Theory Thursday since it is the end. But still, thank you guys for tuning in. And goodbye. I'll see you around. And happy learning.